Alright, hey guys, remember CCG back in the video. With this video, going over the new Fire King structure deck. Fire King is an archetype that's pretty ancient now and hasn't gotten support in a long time, so saying this is pretty surprising. But main thing to know before going into this is that this deck focuses on self-destruction and effects that trigger off that. So if this card is special, it exceeds them and you can destroy all of their monsters on the field. So that's pretty cool. It's a 2 level 8 monster. I can see this being used as just a generic monster wipe here. Being able to do that seems pretty decent, and of course that's going to trigger all of your Fire King monsters effects that trigger upon destruction. You can attach one material from this card, then target one spell trap card in the field, destroy it, and if you do, this card gains 500 attack. So it's an easy one detach ignition effect that's able to pop a spell or trap. That's nice. I'm not sure if there's any spell or traps on the Fire King side that actually benefit from this, but if there is, then there we go. And if this card with materials destroyed, you can special summon Fire King monsters from your grave up to the number of materials this card had. So that's pretty decent if this card is actually able to be destroyed. Of course, being able to bring them back and then use their effects potentially, being able to trigger their effects again. That could be pretty cool and pretty fun to see. So here we have Sacred King Garanix. It's a level 8 Fire Wing Beast effect monster. So I think there was another Fire King that had this name, but I'm guessing this is the upgraded version of it. If your monsters whose original attribute is fire, it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your grave. So again, it's pretty easy to get this card out as long as you are able to pop anything. Any of your fire monsters, and of course you're going to be doing that because they have a lot of effects that do that. And if this card is normal or special summon, you can destroy one fire beast, beast warrior, or winged beast monster in your hand, deck, or face of field except this card, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to half the attack of the monster that you destroyed. So this again, being able to pop one of your monsters, that's pretty nice that it's anything, basically anything, just because you have access to the entire deck here. So being able to pop them, and of course their effects will be able to trigger once they go to the grave after popping them. So that's going to be pretty fun, and of course getting the attack boost is just a nice little bonus. Pretty easy to get out, which is good because we do need ways to get this card out easily because, you know, you want to go into the Succeed monster. Fire King High Avatar Kieran. So I think there is another card named Kieran here. I'm guessing again this is going to be the upgraded version of that card. During the main phase of this card is in your hand, quick affecting, destroy one other fire monster in your hand or face of field, and if you do, special this card out. So you can see it's the same thing as the other one. They're not trying to make it difficult for you to get this card out. Actually, you benefit from getting it out as long as you're popping one of your Fire King monsters that have their effects that trigger upon destruction. And if this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Fire King monster from your hand or grave except this card. Then you can destroy one card in the field. So here you're not only if it gets pop are you able to get a Fire King monster out, but again you have the option to destroy a card in the field or even try to destroy one of your own cards, which could be beneficial depending on the situation you're in. So pretty flexible cards and make it pretty easy to go into the rank 8. The rank 8 doesn't have crazy effects that, you know, it's going to be game breaking or anything, but being able to do this effect to clear the board can be pretty decent and pretty easy to get out. And then here we have the final card, which is Sanctuary of the Fire Kings. You can only activate one card with this card's name once per turn. When this card resolves, you can place one Fire King Island from your deck face up in your field zone. So Fire King Island is the only card I was pretty familiar with, so that's pretty cool just being able to see this to get this field spell out. I know there's another deck that was able to exploit that card. It's not coming to mind exactly what it was, but I do remember the name of that card here. And then once per turn, if a card in your field zone would be destroyed by a card effect, you can destroy one fire monster in your hand or face of field instead. This is a great way of just protecting your field zone from being destroyed and from the benefits. So because the deck heavily relies, what I'm assuming it heavily relies on the field spell, being able to use this card to protect it can be pretty nice while also triggering your fire monster's effects. And then once per turn, if your opponent special summons a monster, you can immediately after this effect exceed summon one Fire Exceed monster using only Fire King monsters you control as material. So I think this gives you the actual flexibility of getting this card out during your opponent's turn here. And of course this is just upon exceed summon, so it's a trigger effect. So I think it should be able to activate during my opponent's turn. You guys can let me know down in the comments down below. But this seems like a decent line of support. Oh yeah, you can see here. So this is Garanix, and then I'm guessing Kieran. So Kieran's right here. So these are the Fire King monsters that I was talking about, and this is their upgraded version, so it's pretty cool to see. It looks like a decent, just little bit of support for this deck. It's not gonna break the deck or anything or make it extremely competitive, but it's definitely gonna be fun for the people that are still playing Fire Kings. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're close to 1,000 subs, so I really appreciate if you guys subbed, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.